I remember him being a pest that night in such a way. Honestly, the whole tape, if you look at it, he was grabbing them, and referees was just letting him do it, and it was frustrating the hell out of me.
We've all seen the clip of Allen Iverson stepping over Tyronn Lue. Some of you guys have probably even watched the game, like your boy right here. I've watched it many times. But have you ever asked yourself why he actually stepped over him? Allen Iverson had a reputation as a cool guy with that type of swag, but there was actually a reason for him to step over Tyronn Lue. There's a bit of a story behind it that makes it even better. And that's what I'll be talking about today. So this happened in the 2001 finals. The Lakers were looking to win their 13th straight game in the playoffs in their chase for back-to-back championships. They were led by Prime Shaq and young Kobe. They had swept every team coming to the finals, and the talk around the league was that they were going to sweep the 76ers as well. The Sixers were the underdogs, and most of their squad was injured, including Allen Iverson, who played through injury. Iverson had won the MVP award that season, and he had torched the league with his scoring, and he was planning to do exactly that against the Lakers. Going into Game 1, the Lakers knew they had to stop Allen Iverson from scoring. That was even their main focus in practice. A story came out saying that they used Tyronn Lue as an Allen Iverson decoy just because he was small and quick, to learn how they can trap him and defend against him. And well, for Allen Iverson, I'm not even sure he went to practice. But when he got to the game, Allen Iverson showed them that they needed another strategy. He was killing them with his speed and quickness. By halftime, Allen Iverson had scored 30 points, and Phil Jackson had had enough. Allen Iverson was being guarded by Kobe and Derek Fisher, but he had scored 39 points in his first 29 minutes. And this is where Tyronn Lue would come into the picture. Lue had spent the most of the season on the bench, only getting garbage time. He was not really a key player for the Lakers, leave alone the league. But in this game, he found himself as the perfect defender against Iverson because he matched him in speed, size, because they were about the same height, and they even had the same hairstyle. Partly because Tyronn Lue was a die-hard Allen Iverson fan. And Ty Lue went on to make a statement. In the words of Allen Iverson, he was like a pest, and he looked like he had the league's MVP locked down. Allen Iverson would go scoreless for the rest of the third quarter, and he only scored 3 points in the fourth. And Iverson was not happy because in Ty Lue's attempt to stop him, he was pulling him and holding him, and there were probably a few elbows here and there that we didn't see. And for sure, he had been talking a little bit too. On national TV, this was an embarrassment for the league's MVP to be shut down by a bench player. A kid who had idolized him for a long time, who hadn't even gotten any more than 11 minutes in the playoff. It had announcers saying stuff like this.
Iverson will be dreaming about Tyronn Lue tonight.
Allen Iverson complained to the referees, but he was getting no calls at all. But even without Allen Iverson scoring, Philly managed to stay in it and take the game to overtime. But there was no way Philly would win without Allen Iverson scoring, and it looked like the Lakers were getting into his head low-key. Philly was a much weaker team on the road, with only one reliable bucket getter who was injured and who seemed to have disappeared the second half of this game. But they were no match for Shaq, who had had himself 44 that night. Ty Lue had pretty much an amazing defensive performance. He had held his own against the league's MVP and had himself a decent game with about 5 points, and was getting praise from fans and announcers for his amazing defense. But when it got to overtime, Allen Iverson had had enough. The defense became a little reluctant, and he managed to score 5 straight points. And then, the Sixers had a 2-point lead, and after a Kobe turnover, they had a chance to make it a 4-point lead. And there was Iverson, guarded by the man who had shut him down the whole night, Tyronn Lue. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. The moment that immortalized Allen Iverson, which would also define Ty Lue's playing career, was here. I'll tell you what happened next, but I'll let Allen Iverson say it himself.
I knew how big the possession was. I knew the time. And when I grabbed it, all I was trying to do was get some space, but he wouldn't give me none. You know what I mean? I gave him a hard swing through. I remember, if you looking at it, he's holding my hand on that play. And I snatched away from him, and then when I shot it, I hit it, and I don't know how the rest happened.
Just like that, Allen Iverson would win the battle against the physical pest, Tyronn Lue. He would silence the doubters of the Philly team who had said they'd be swept, and his own doubters as he scored 48 points. Oh, and it was on his birthday too. So Allen Iverson did not step over Tyronn Lue just because he felt like it. Stepping over him was much more than that. It was a statement that despite the adversity and the odds being against them, the Sixers belonged in the finals. Redemption for a night of bad calls and frustration that Allen Iverson faced. And a reminder of why he was the league MVP. Yo, that's it for the video though. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, comment. I actually like it a lot when people comment down below. So if you're new to the channel, I would like to hear you comment. If you subscribe, please comment down below, subscribe. But as for now, it's been your boy,